We are now live. So let me go ahead and get ourselves set up. Make sure everything is working properly.
Get this going. It's money on the floor.
Definitely money on the floor. It's money to be made. All right.
Hey, text me the link too.
I did.
All right.
There we go.
Uh,
Waiting for a couple more people to join. Then we'll get started. Mm.
Send it to a couple.
Need to make this money.
Sure. Why am I getting feedback? All right. Yeah, it went away. All right.
All right, everybody. Welcome to our first show of the year. We told you all week college football, NFL, sports betting. We're going to go over teaser betting. So that's what we are specializing in is teaser betting. So I know a lot of you don't know what teaser betting is. Teaser betting is simply adding or subtracting points from the original spread that you have on your booking or your sports betting app. So, as simple as this, if Charlotte is playing Miami and Miami is favored by 21 points, most teasers start at, I think, about 6 points. So, if you subtract 6 or 7 points from that 21, that minus 21 spread, that is what a teaser is. So, if you subtract 7 from that, Miami has to win by 14 instead of the original spread of 21. If you do a teaser of more than 3 teams, all 3 teams have to hit the mark that you subtracted. So let's just say you did a 7 point teaser and you
Yes,
had
sir.
3 teams at minus 21. You have to take 7 points from each one of those teams. So VTech, Miami, Clemson, they all got to win by 14 now.
All
Okay?
of
All of them. If one doesn't win by 14 or more, you lose. Okay? We will be giving out straight bets, a couple parlays, or a couple money lines, or a couple like original spread. But again, we're going to specialize in teasers. So when you're on FanDuel, DraftKings, stuff like that, you have to hit more wagers or whatever it is on your betting site and go in there and adjust the line. You're gonna win less money, but the chances of winning increase. Okay, we're not gonna get crazy with 39 teams. If we do that, I mean, with 15 teams to be realistic,
Mm-hmm.
that's just a lotto ticket. Okay, so if you have a
Shout out.
bonus, yeah,
Shout
yeah, right.
out.
If you have a bonus bet, right, for 25, 50, $75, just go ahead and make a lotto ticket. You're not going to lose any money. It's a bonus bet. So yeah, you could have multiple. you could have 6, 7, 8 legs on there because you're not losing any money. It's a bonus bet. But for your regular teaser, if you're not adding 10 plus points and the odds are like 50 to win 500 and you got 10 teams, don't even do it. It's a waste of time.
A waste of time.
So that's it with teaser betting. That's the basics of it. You're just adding and subtracting points. If someone is favored by 7 points and you add a teaser, all they got to do is win. 0. Money line. If they are underdogs by 7 points, they can't lose by 14 or more. Simple as that.
I wanted to talk about some round robins as well.
Yeah, round robins. I'll let Josh handle that.
Because, bro, when you do the round robins, you know what I'm saying? Say you got like a 16 parlay you want to put together. The key thing is when you go back through, you can see the odds there.
Yeah,
you can see it. You know, put whatever you want. Now, the thing is with the round robin, you might have to put some more money up. But like last night, I had a 10-leg golf, 2-ball golf. Well, 7 of the 10 hit. I did a 7 out of 10 round robin. Made a little bit of money. That's the key, man. Got to make some money. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit of money. We're hitting singles and doubles and triples. Let me get in this chat.
Kev, Kev. Hey, Kev, I didn't forgive you for that Buccaneers pick. I can't remember if that shit covered or not. You on the show giving bad picks. Buccaneers, goddamn NFL. Nick, nobody on the NFL does their job. They don't respect coin like college folks.
I like college a lot more when it comes.
Yeah, they don't respect the coin over there in the NFL.
They don't.
They don't respect coin. All right, so without further ado, this is our first show, so we are going to give you some bets, and we're going to go over expectations. Expectations for some teams that are really popular, so we're going to get that out there. Obviously, everybody is going to want to know what's up with Colorado, what's up with Clemson, what's up with Georgia, what's up with Oregon, Alabama, the big teams. So we're gonna touch bases on that. So we're gonna talk about Colorado first. So we are going to go to the Big 12. So the Big 12 with Colorado, I think you have notable teams like Utah, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, Kansas. What else is in there?
Baylor in there, but
Baylor's in there.
Be too much of a, you know what I'm saying?
UCF is in there as well.
Now that's somebody we're gonna keep our eye on.
So Colorado has a lot of teams that are competitive in that conference. One thing about the Big 12 is the Big 12 has a lot of teams that are all the same. Unlike the SEC, you got like 6 teams at the top, and then like the bottom half, like Vanderbilt, you're not getting any wins. But in the Big 12, you have teams that they all can get a win against each other. So we're going to go through Colorado's schedule right now. If anybody anybody in the chat wants to tap in, comment on the Colorado schedule, be my guest. And we're gonna have a whole show about Colorado.
Luke said the line went up to 9.5 from 7.5.
Yeah, Colorado, 9.5 because they got too much experience. We're gonna get there. We're gonna start. So the first game, some betting sites have it at 9. Some betting sites have it at 7.5. Most have it at like 8.5. I personally do not think that Colorado is going to lose that game. They can't lose that game.
Absolutely not.
They can't lose that game.
And they need to win it by 10, like my boy Luke said in the chat. Deion need to go out there and win this game.
Yeah. I have all the faith in Deion to win this game. Now, do I think that they win by more than 14? Absolutely not. I can't see it. I can't see it. I know that they're going to score 35 points, but their defense, they showed me otherwise. No.
And so, all right. So who they got week 2? Because I feel
so. Listen, everybody. We're giving Colorado. We're going to go best case scenario, Josh. We would have talked about this a lot. So we're going best case scenario for Colorado. This is best case scenario. So we got them 1-0. 1-0. Heading into Nebraska, I like Nebraska. Matt Rule's been quiet. He's a great college football coach.
Great college.
And they were one quarterback away last year. They got Dylan Raiola. Is that his name right?
I think 5-star, #1 quarterback in the country, I believe.
I just think that's a must win for Nebraska. So I'm giving Nebraska that win. I really don't think Colorado wins that game. And the odds makers are agreeing with me because the spread is 6.5.
I agree. I'm not.
So I like Luke said, I like Nebraska money line. I think it's great value there. I wouldn't touch the spread. That shit could be all
this
over.
Game is this. I don't know if it's their home opener, but this game is in Nebraska.
It's in Nebraska, so that's we got a 1-1, Josh.
Okay.
Colorado State, I think they're better than. I think last year was a lot of hype because the talk. So the game was closer than it was. Mm-hmm. Actually, I think they wanted to win about like 7 or something like that.
They came back. It was close.
Yeah, so I don't think it's going to be like that this year. I low-key think they dominate them. It won't be as much hype around the game. I think they'll just flat out beat them. They won't get caught off guard. So that's 2-1. Baylor, Dave Aranda's the head coach, national champion with LSU, coached that defense, I think 2019 and 20, if I'm not mistaken. So he's a great coach. They're always going to play defense in Baylor. But I do think Colorado
wins this game.
I don't want to say better than Baylor, but I think they win the game.
Yeah.
So that's 3-1. So it's 3-1.
It's 3-1.
UCF, here's a swing game. UCF's over-under total is 7.5. Colorado's is 5.5. It's at UCF. I believe this will be a night game.
Yes.
So, Josh, best case scenario. Best case. Do you give Colorado this win? Best case. This is a great season.
No.
Okay, so right now we're at 3-2. So Josh has them at 3-2. Best case scenario, I'm giving them this game. So I'm giving them. So Colorado has 1, 2, 3, 4 wins. I have them at 4-1. Josh has them at 3-2.
This is where they're losing this game.
I have them losing this game. Josh has them at 3-3. I have them at 4-3. Cincinnati at home.
Cincinnati at home. I'm giving them this game. This isn't a game where they just win. They're gonna go out there and beat them by 20 points.
So you have them at 4-3. I have them at 5-3. Did they go to Texas Tech?
Everybody keeps saying they're gonna lose this game. I don't really see it. This is best case scenario.
I think
I'm giving them this game.
Me too. I low key think unless Texas Tech goes and plays out of their mind, I think Colorado can beat, because you know why, chat? Is because Texas Tech plays a similar style as Colorado. They want to go up and down the field.
Exactly.
So I think Colorado can better play that game than Texas Tech.
I think they have more talent.
On the offensive side of the ball.
Offensive side of the ball.
So I'm giving them Texas Tech. So right now I have them beating Texas Tech. Cincinnati is 3. We skipped over 2 games, Josh. We had Arizona. We skipped over Arizona.
That game is at Arizona. I'm gonna have to go with Arizona on this one.
I'm going Arizona as well. Cincinnati already gave them. Kansas State, I think we skipped that one too. Kansas State.
Yeah, we both had them losing.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I have them losing to Kansas State. It's at home too. It's at home. Yeah, they did. They did lose their coach last year. He's at Washington, but they still got that quarterback and they still got that wide receiver. So
I got them at 500 at this point. They going to Texas Tech 4-4 for me.
So I got them. I got them going. So I got them beating Nebraska. So I got them losing Nebraska. North Dakota State is 1-1. Colorado State 2-1. Baylor 3-1. UCF 4-1. Losing to Kansas State 4-2. Losing to Arizona 4-3. Beating Cincinnati 5-3. Beating Texas Tech 6-3. Now we go to Utah. Absolutely not beating Utah. If they beat Utah, then
hey bro, you got that. This is where you talk about Shador Heisman. Shador, Dion, you know what I'm saying, other jobs. If they find a way to beat Utah, I don't care if it's a home game for them. They find a way to beat Utah this year, they got my respect.
Yes.
And you're right, Luke. With my boy Jed Fish I enjoyed betting on Arizona last year because a lot of people didn't know. So him going to Washington, I think they lose, but they still got that wide receiver. They still got the quarterback. So it's a lot of talent on that Arizona team still.
So yeah.
And then it's another one. They go through a gauntlet, man, with those last 3 games. And we talked about this the other day. If Dion don't have 5-6 wins going into those last 3 games, I mean, they're not going to be favored. You're not going to be favored against Utah. You're not going to be favored at Kansas. And then Ollie Gordon, there's reports that he got hurt in camp.
I still don't think they're
be healthy by that time. But
so I got them at 6-3. I got them losing to Utah 6-4. I got them losing to Kansas 6-5, and I got them losing to Oklahoma State. That 6-6, I think.
2-5, 2-6, 3-6, 4-6.
Luke said the same thing. I got them at 6-6 at the best.
At best,
at
best case for me, I got them at 5-7. At best, you got them at 6-6. At best case, they're a bowl team, and that's what I've been trying to tell everybody. You can't. I don't want you to get this hype to think that they're a playoff team. I don't want to see anybody making parlays with them winning the Big 12, bro. That's not happening.
Not happening.
And you can clip this up. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you clip it up. Colorado is not. What minute is this for the download? So minute 17. Let me take this down for my notes. Minute 17, Colorado. Minute 17 for our take. Colorado is not making the college football playoff at all. They will be fighting for the Cheez-It Bowl or the Gay Slayer, the Gas Slayer, whatever how you say it. The Michelin Tire. Michelin Tire Bowl. That's what Colorado will be fighting for. And that's a whole nother subject. Is Travis Hunter and Shador even going to play in the bowl game?
And nobody wants to talk about that.
Yeah, nobody was so you know what? So they're 6-6. You know what? They're 6-6 into the bowl game. If they play, they might win. So it's seven games. So if you want to count that.
And that's really good for that schedule with that team. If Dion get them to 7 wins with that being a bowl win, they said the tax slayer winner was Clemson last year, and they had 9 wins. Well, Dion, the Dollar General Bowl. That's what he'll be in. And we didn't even really go through the whole Big 12 because we could just go. You could go to Kansas State's win total. Oklahoma win total.
Luke said the tax slayer bowl had Clemson, so they won't even win that game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not winning that game. They're not. You know what I'm saying? I think the best 3 teams in this conference: Utah, Kansas State, Kansas, Oklahoma State. Out of those 4 teams, you pick who you think is gonna win all the games. Win the conference. I'm still taking either Utah or Kansas State. Maybe I'm gonna have to see that young quarterback they got at Kansas State play. But the Big 12 is wide open to me, and so it's gonna be interesting to see who pull it out. If I had it today, I pick Utah to win it though. I'll be honest. In all my bonus bets, when FanDuel allows you right now to pick 9 teams out of 12 to be in the playoffs. I just make it easy. I go through conferences. And
Cavs hit the Dollar General Bowl.
Yeah.
Get them out of here. So, obviously, Colorado. So that's the popular team that's in that conference that we're going to go over. So we got Colorado. We got Colorado between at best
6 wins.
6 wins. At the average, we got them at probably 4 or 5.
Man, and I'm telling you right now, if they win 4 games, they win 3 games, that shit is embarrassing. All the talk, all the stuff.
Yeah. So
But maybe this will let them sit down to be a real program. But there's no way
and develop.
You can't cut corners in football, bro. Like in team building and all this other stuff, you can't cut corners. And it's a lot of corner cutting being happening up in Colorado.
Yeah. All right. So we got Colorado out the way. Nobody else really that most people want to talk about in the Big 12. I think Utah and Oklahoma State will battle for the Big 12 championship. So let's move on, Josh, to the next best team. We'll go Ohio State. So minute 20, we'll talk about Ohio State. Ohio State, minute 20, Big 10.
You can go ahead and say it because he has no choice.
Listen, I don't want to hear shit. Listen, Ryan Day, that's why I'm picking them for my national champion winner, because anything less than national champion, he's fired. I'm standing on it.
Bro, he has to be.
And if he's not fired, he's going to be his resources are going to get limited to where they squeeze him out of there and then be like, okay, well, you couldn't get this done. He has to beat Michigan first.
Yep.
And he has to go to the national champion. You have to go to the national championship, Ryan Day. This is the easiest conference to pick. I don't even give a shit if you have one loss. You have to beat Michigan, and you have to go to the national championship.
Well, I see you giving him the caveat because he takes his ass to Eugene. I don't know what week that is, but that's a must-win scenario because you were the
I got him winning that game. So Ohio State.
He said they have to beat Michigan by 50 if they lose.
So, like I said, Ohio State has to win the national championship. There's literally nothing else to talk about. That's the easiest conversation ever. They're up there with Georgia. They have to. They got too much talent. They got Jeremiah Smith. They got the boy Tate. They got Jigba K back. Will Howard. They got Quinton Junkins. They got Travion Henderson. They got probably one of the best defenses. They got like grown men.
Yeah, that's an NFL team.
They have an NFL roster up there. I don't want to hear shit from Ohio State. They need to be.
We'll give them the caveats. The quarterback sketch.
50. They're going to be putting 35 plus on people.
Chip Kelly's calling the plays on offense.
Period.
Huge, bro.
Box. Okay.
Running game is going to be elite. Who else you want to talk about in the Big Ten?
James Franklin. You're up, buddy. You're up, buddy.
Hey, Ship has been yelling at me. They're winning the game. Josh, don't overthink it. I try to tell him, Ship, Penn State is in the situation I'm in week 1 going into Florida. Bro.
No.
Bro. You cannot lose that game. They need to win that. What's the spread? 9.5?
10.5.
He needs to cover that spread.
Sir, Luke.
And Luke, if you look at their schedule,
they're winning 10 games. They only play Ohio State. That's it.
They don't play anybody else.
And James Franklin doesn't lose to teams not named Ohio State.
But we'll know week 1. We'll know week 1 because they're not beating Ohio State. And so if they go and play with their food against West Virginia, that'll let us know that they'll drop a game in the Big Ten.
Yeah. So James Franklin, you know he's been there since like the Joe Paterno situation.
Bro, yes. It's time.
It's time, bro. Like, I don't want to hear nothing out of James Franklin. You got a quarterback that's been there for 2 years.
I'm not everybody loves him, so we're gonna have to see.
So they did lose their.
I told you shit. West Virginia night game. See,
yeah, they lost their number 1 receiver, but I don't give a fuck about West Virginia's night game. I'm going off the strength that you cannot lose this game. Period. And I'm going off the strength that James Franklin doesn't lose games besides Ohio State and fucking Michigan. That's just what he does. He's above average on everybody else, and he's like 2-9 against. I'm just throwing out numbers. Don't quote me on that, but he doesn't have a winning record against Ohio State, and so I have him at 10 wins. I do think they make the playoffs, and then
3 teams with 10 wins in this conference. Oregon, Ohio State, and Penn State should all have 10 wins. That's easy work right there.
And then the third best team in the conference, Michigan. I got you at 9 wins because I don't. You lost a lot.
Hold on. Who do you have second best team in the Big Ten?
Oh shit! Pardon me. I forgot Oregon.
Oregon.
Hold
on.
Oregon. That's what I'm saying. James Franklin doesn't even play them.
Don't even play him.
So Ohio State and Oregon are the best two teams. Ohio State is better. I don't care what the fuck if Oregon does beat them. They're not beating them 2 times if they play. Ohio State's better. Oregon's at Dan Lanning and Oregon are at that level to where they can lose, make the playoffs, and he lose, and he's safe. James Franklin,
he's
USC
good.
For third, absolutely fucking not. And then what? The ACC?
Hey Luke, I'm gonna be honest. USC just take a back seat this year, buddy. Don't even worry about it.
What did Paul say? Hey, average.
You're an average football team this year, USC. It's okay.
So, Oregon, we got Oregon. I got them at 11 wins in the regular season. Only loss is to Ohio State. Then I got Penn State. Has 2 losses. Their 2 losses will be to Ohio State, and I forgot who else they play. And then we have Michigan as the 4th best. The national champion, they just lost too many. They lost too much production.
They lost production until the draft. The last 2 years.
They're winning 8 games, but don't get it twisted. That defense is still there.
Oh, they recruited well.
I looked up a stat or something I've seen online. Michigan, 95% of their snaps was with the lead.
Yeah.
That will not be this year.
The quarterback, the running back, the offensive line, the D lineman, the D tackles, the corner. We both like the corner. The linebacker,
Didn't they start in safety tear his ACL or something?
I think
in practice.
I think so.
So Michigan, we got Ohio State as number 1. We got Oregon as number 2. We got Penn State as number 3. Then we got Michigan as number 4. We're not even going over the rest of the teams because you're not making the playoffs. See you later. And if you do, find this clip and I'll eat my words. But you're not going to the playoffs.
Right.
We're gonna move on to the SEC. These 2 conferences will be competing for playoff spots at this point. Number 1, we're going with Georgia. Georgia is going to be putting belt to ass.
What, did you already put the graphic on Instagram?
No, I didn't put it on Instagram yet.
Well, we got a graphic coming, and I'll let you know. I take Georgia all the way up to 20. You can clip this up. You can clip this shit up. Hey, no disrespect, Clemson. I see the flag back there.
Oh, my gosh.
Sorry, this isn't personal.
This nigga Josh,
if they would have played Georgia any other time, okay, bro, I'll give it to Dabo. But this is the worst possible time to be playing Georgia week 1. The worst possible time. I feel so bad for y'all.
Don't worry. Next week we'll discuss. In the next 2 weeks we'll discuss the full game. But
but I like them. They're gonna win 10, 11 games easy. They got a gauntlet: Texas, Ole Miss, LSU.
Worst case scenario for Georgia, a lot of people had them with 3 losses. They're not losing 3 games.
I don't see it.
I give them 2. I'll give them to Texas possibly. And
I'm gonna come back to that, Luke. I like that parlay.
And and Ole Miss and Texas and Ole Miss. That's it. They're not losing to Alabama twice.
They're not.
They're not. So
you got to win, Nick.
So we got Georgia number 1, number 2. Obviously, we have Texas. Only thing with Texas is they have a lot of struggles on defense. I do think you'll be able to score on them.
Injuries.
You said what?
Injuries, running back.
Yeah, injuries.
Yeah.
But I think as a program, Texas is poised. I've seen online some capper. He took the alternate spread. Texas under 8.5 wins. You lost your fucking mind.
Bro, they got. I remember that we've been preparing for this all summer, all since the winter time. Bro, I just remember when the portal opened, it seemed like every kid was going to Texas.
Yes, bro. There's
Honestly,
no way.
my kids, like it was kids when Nick Saban left Alabama. It seemed like 5 or 6 kids just were like, "Well, we just gonna all go to Texas." And so, bro, I think that they should go out there and win at least 10 games. I would never. I wouldn't take the under them comfortably, and because this is the issue with them, and it's the same issue that Ohio State is running into, and a lot of other teams are gonna run into this too. They recruit too well, so them kids that you recruited, they got to play. Jeremiah Smith for Ohio State has to play. So Quinn Ewers has to go out there and get his 3 TDs and have a seat because it's not for Archie to play. You know what I'm saying? Like, they recruited too well, all those 5-stars. Those kids got to play.
They got to play.
And so those spreads will get covered because you got 5-stars coming in. It's not going to be any drop-off. And so I expect Texas to be just as good as they were last year.
Yeah, so Texas, I got them at 10 wins. Next, moving down, we got Ole Miss. I got Ole Miss at 10. They play Georgia. Am I going to pick Ole Miss to beat Georgia? Absolutely not. Can they beat Georgia? Yes. Are they going to beat Georgia? That's
up to Lane Kiffin. I ain't never seen him do it.
I've never seen him do it. Georgia, Alabama, I haven't seen them win the big games.
Yep.
And going back to Texas, I've seen Stark go down to Alabama and get a big W.
Yeah. Sark proved himself last year. Lane showed us he could take that step. Now, he got a really good team. The quarterback, Dart, is good.
Bro, they have a really good team. They have an NFL roster.
They lost the running back to Ohio State. He got like 6 running backs out the portal. Like, they're going to be fine. They got wide receivers. They got the kids from Texas A&M on the D-line. Like, their defense should be a lot better this year.
So that's 3. And then number 4.
It's a toss-up, man.
I got it at Alabama, LSU, Missouri.
I think there's one more team that you might have to throw into the mix with that. Well, 2 more teams. Oklahoma and Tennessee.
Oh my gosh, for Oklahoma.
But the conference is about to be crazy because
oh my God. Oh, Chad, I just hate Oklahoma. Every time you put expectations on Oklahoma, it's like, bro, why are you losing or struggling to Tulane or SMU, or your talent level is like too high over there?
You got
I can't do it, Josh. I can't do it because Oklahoma, they are a blue collar program, but every time it's not I don't know how to explain, not the mid-tier big game, but the big game. Like, you were up on Georgia with Baker Mayfield by 30 points and lost.
Well, you got
LSU.
That one. I mean, Lincoln.
You played LSU with Joe Burrow. You got your boots smoked. The only big games that you want to win is against Texas, and that's not going to be good enough.
That's not going to be good enough anymore.
So, who in the SEC can they catch by surprise? Besides LSU and Missouri, who else could I don't think they're better than Alabama.
I don't think they're Alabama. Not maybe in a year or 2 they keep recruiting.
So I can't. Listen, you can put them out there. I ain't doing that.
Well, the thing, it's just the 4 teams.
Josh, right? Not to cut you off. Josh, I'm looking at the teaser spread with -6. It's -36 versus Temple. Now, watch they don't cover that. Watch they beat them by like 32, like shit like that. Like, come on, you're playing Temple. You need to beat the shit out of them.
You got Brent Venables as your coach. They're gonna play defense first at Oklahoma. They got a complete opposite of what they were under Lincoln. You know what I'm saying? They had to transfer. Now that everybody says that quarterback they have is really good. We're gonna see. Like Luke said, that Oklahoma Auburn game, we'll know because. I mean, it's no more Big 12, just them in Texas anymore. You got to play Auburn and get in a dogfight. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be very interesting to see what Oklahoma does in the SEC. But like I said, that fourth spot for after Georgia, Texas, and Ole Miss, you got Alabama right there, you got LSU right there, you got Missouri right there, you got Oklahoma and Tennessee all trying to get that fourth spot. The SEC is deep. And so when you were telling me, when we were having this conversation, you said the SEC is going to send 4 teams. And I didn't see it. Now I see it because very well you can have Georgia, Ole Miss, and Texas with 10 wins, and then Alabama sitting there with 9. And I'm still taking Alabama over, I can't even think of anybody else that it wouldn't be because there's no other comparison.
I'll tell you what, off top, based on fucking NCAA 25, Alabama might be the best damn game. Jalen Milroe is he's untackleable, so I expect them niggas to be tussling.
Bro, and I like DeBoer, and I think he's gonna be good for Milroe.
Yeah, DeBoer's a great coach. Listen, DeBoer, you got me like 5 times when I kept picking Oregon against you for 2 years straight. You got me. You won't get me again. Nope.
When Alabama's playing people, because it's the thing, he's a little bit more offensively inclined. So I think they're going to come to age with offense at Alabama. You know what I'm saying? You get space over there. You start running some of the stuff he was running. Like we talked about this, but
did you see those receivers running open against Texas? Like
the route trees, boy. I don't know what routes they were running, but it seemed like people were open on every play.
Bro. Like it was ridiculous.
So I'm intrigued to see what he can do with the talent that what Alabama provides.
All right, so for the clip, we got Georgia 1, Texas 2, Ole Miss 3, Alabama 4, and then 5A and 5B, LSU and Missouri.
Yep. Oklahoma and Tennessee gonna have to show us.
Yeah, they're gonna show me. I like Tennessee, but they're gonna have to show me. All right, so we're moving on to the ACC. So
let me get ready.
Yeah. So, Josh, we'll start with Miami. What clip is this?
Bro, every projection, every pundit, every media person. I mean, I'm knee deep in the program, so I know what we got.
Minute 37.
But hey, man, this is. You can only talk about it for so long.
You can only talk. Man, listen.
How to put it together.
Not being biased. I like your roster. I love your trench work. I think that's the SEC, NFL style trench work down there. You got the quarterback to not lose you a game. You got to run it back. Your receivers won't lose you again. They may not blow the doors off anybody, but they won't lose you again. You can't go into the game where we don't have to worry about Miami's receivers. We don't have to worry about Miami's quarterback. We don't have to worry about Miami's running back. We don't have to worry about Miami's D. I think you have all those pieces to do that. And I low-key think that Georgia Tech game last year was a wake-up call for the whole program.
Everybody.
Everybody.
People got fired after that. They don't have to talk about it, but things changed after that.
So so for my future bet, I have them in there in most of my bets. And then for like jockeying for space, I'm kind of pulling back on Florida State. I do think it will be Miami and Clemson. I think it will be Miami and Clemson somewhere around that ACC championship game, VTech. I think Florida State takes a step back. I think they don't. I think they're going to be good.
Again,
you're not going to just run over them, but I do think they're susceptible to lose games. So just pulling up y'all's schedule, like I said, it's. I mean, I'm indifferent about this Florida game. Only reason I'm not picking Miami just flat out Miami, Florida is ass is because, Florida, you can't lose this game, bro. You have to win this game. That's the only saving grace. It ain't even because Florida is better than – it's just because I know how this betting shit work. I know how odds make. I know how Vegas like to pull funny shit.
We watch Miami muff punts. We watch Miami's not.
Nobody's worried about Auburn, Jalen. Auburn. You sit back there with like what did Paul Farnburn say? You sit down there with the little boys and
Hey,
your 6 wins.
y'all just keep recruiting, do what you're doing. We'll talk about you in a year or two.
Yeah. Auburn, go sit down. And when
Jalen, you don't have to worry about it. Florida's not winning 5 games this year. we didn't even talk about that because honestly, it's been talked about ad nauseum. Their schedule, like they got a tough schedule.
You know what's off topic would be funny? I would love to see Colorado and Florida in the bowl game together. Hey, that would be the funniest shit ever, bro.
That would. Oh man, I didn't even think about Cormani. Like
that would be the funniest shit
I didn't even
ever.
think about Cormani with that too. That'd be must see TV. But this is the thing, Ship. I mean, we're doing the SEC right now, and we talk about Miami. Miami played Florida. Man, I just don't see how they win 5 or 6 games. And after this, we can go.
Hey, what did I tell you? Luke said Deion interviewing. He's going to Florida. Billy's out of there. Deion's going to Florida.
I just don't see how they hire him.
Bruh, I'm telling you, bruh. Deion want to.
We just did it earlier. Shit, you hiring a coach at the University of Florida, best case scenario, that just won the Dollar General Bowl. That's the best you can do at the University of Florida.
And they got the checkbook open.
No, sir. Because this is another thing. Deion can't come down here because Deion has to recruit. Deion can't come to Florida and sit in his office and no. But you got Mario down here, you got Mike down here, and then you got everybody in the country coming to Florida anywhere, any part of Florida. So Deion can't come there and not recruit. Like you can't just portal it at Florida. You got to recruit. You got to be boots to the ground. But back to SEC, bro. Like you said, I really think it's Miami, Clemson. Florida.
I think the game is close. I think y'all's is close. I will take y'all to win. I'm always a fan of the better quarterback. I don't give a shit about that home field event. If your quarterback is poised, I think Cam Ward is good enough to beat Florida. He doesn't have to go and throw for 400 yards.
Doesn't have to. We're gonna run the football. It's a lot that got to go into it, but yeah, like Josh Pate said, he got to set 11-1. I don't know where that 1 comes from. You got to go to Louisville.
So I got you beating Florida and Ball State 3-0, South Florida 4-0. The only hiccup, because the only hiccup is VTech, because y'all don't have
at home on a Friday night. That's not a Saturday game. That's a Friday.
And y'all don't have actual home field advantage. So that's like a neutral field game.
But this is the thing, just like the Heat. The thing with Miami is you have to win. If Mario wins, they're gonna in this scenario, he beats Florida, and then you're undefeated going to the Virginia Tech game, the shit's gonna be sold out.
Yeah.
And then because this is what lies at the issue, we all seen the 2017 Miami Notre Dame game. That shit was crazy. The crowd was there. If Mario can get this team to be undefeated going into October 26th against Florida State, you can go 12-0. You're undefeated going into that, because this is the thing. For a Hard Rock at night, bro, they're gonna have that shit packed out.
And it's on ESPN.
For fans to come to Miami, bro. You got it. I'm gonna be down.
If let's just say, for the sake of betting purposes, you do lose that game. You play Cal, you rebound, so you're 5-1. I think you do. I think you guys are better than Louisville. 6-1.
Game. You got to buy. Louisville's coming off 4 straight games. You get a buy going into the game. These are stick with us that we told you all week. I'm doing that type of work where the team just played 4 straight games and this team is coming off a bye. Who's helping?
Exactly. And then here's the thing. That's another thing. That Miami Louisville game for y'all is a must win because you play Florida State the next week. So I do think you guys will beat Florida State because I'm just not a fan of DJ. I've watched DJ because my wife is a Clemson fan. I've watched DJ. There's nothing special about DJ.
There's nothing special about it.
But his name.
His job at Oregon State.
For 2 universities. He lost his job at Clemson. He lost his job at Oregon State.
But I just think for you to win with DJ, the talent has to be what Clemson had his freshman year.
Good night, no sir.
You had first round D linemen, you had first round O linemen,
No
you
sir.
had receivers that were getting drafted in the top 100. Like you had running back, like bro, you have to have talent top to bottom for you to beat for DJ to beat. Because the thing is, he's a little bit different than Cam Ward, and Cam Ward can get you over the hump certain ways with his arm. DJ has his legs and the run game totally, and so you're committed to the read option. Yeah, but we barely touched on Virginia Tech, but I just want to say, do not be surprised if Virginia Tech is undefeated going into that Miami game, or has one loss when they get Clemson at home. I don't know what week that is, but
I got VTech. VTech is going to be, for betting purposes, Georgia Tech loses to SMU. I mean, I'm telling you, that's not a hot take.
Oh, SMU too. SMU is another team. If you see SMU, they put points up. Brett Lashley is the offensive guru. Like, go ahead.
So right now for the ACC, we got Miami, Clemson. Dabo's going to be there regardless if you like him or not.
He can coach, man.
He can coach. He's just stuck in his ways. 3, we got VTech. 4, we got Florida State. 5, we got SMU up there with Florida State.
They play. Don't be surprised if SMU comes in that 4th spot.
Yeah, and then NC State. I don't have a reason.
I think they're good. They're going to be really good. I think their schedule is a little bit tougher, and also don't be. I mean, they could be in that spot too because they bring in a lot of guys back on offense.
But they want to play defense and shit.
They play really good defense. We'll know with them. They play Clemson. Whoever wins that game,
they play Tennessee week 2. So I'm gonna see.
And Nico, we ain't even talked about. We'll get into week 1 in the next.
Yeah.
Week,
so,
but we'll be more intricate on each team.
And then the last division, last 2, Notre Dame, we're taking them for the independent. I think Notre Dame will win 10 games.
Absolutely.
I do think Notre Dame will beat Texas A&M week 1. We'll get into that next.
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, in 2 weeks. It's going to be a close game.
Very. The spread tells you that's going to be a close game.
And then the G5 teams, I got Memphis up there. I think Memphis just got a $10 million or $1 million NIL deal for football.
Yeah, from FedEx.
Yeah, so Memphis will be good. Liberty will be good. James Madison lost their starting quarterback and their coaching staff to Indiana.
Going to be interesting to watch.
So that's going to be something to watch for. But the G5 team, I think that's the only 2. And the only reason I don't say Appalachia is because they play too many tough teams. That's not a team that you schedule and be like, okay, check, win, no. But also you can't put Appalachian as your G5 winner because they play too many tough games. They play way too many tough games.
They have a real schedule at Appalachian State.
They play real football over there.
I'm not. Miami already played at Appalachian State. Nobody wants to do home and home with them.
No. If I'm playing Appalachian, that shit is the first 2 weeks of the season.
Absolutely. I'm not. Yeah. Get that way out the way. I want the team. I don't want them to catch. They gonna catch you off guard with stuff automatically.
Well, hell, one can say I'd rather play them niggas at the end of the season. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd rather play them like when I got all the film out, because when you play them week 1 and 2, bro, that shit is hot outside. Like
you in the mountains, like they're drawing shit in the dirt.
And they play football up there.
Well, yeah, they always got some guys.
So let me go. So we pretty much went over everything far as the winners of the conference, and obviously we didn't go over every single team because every single team doesn't need to be talked about. Let's see, did I forget anybody? Nope. We went over expectations, so let's bring up the lines. We got about 15 minutes left. We'll go with college football playoff. So Um, this one is tough after like 6 teams. So I think we're pretty much locked in hand on.
Well, hold on. It's not really tough after 16 shit because we're taking 4 from the SEC. Let's not play with it.
Yeah. So we got Ohio State,
Oregon.
We'll
talk about that momentarily.
Georgia, Texas, Penn State,
Ole Miss,
Notre
Dame.
That's 7 teams. After that,
12 of the
ACC. I got Miami.
And then
Mario Pop.
Utah.
That's the only. Yeah, Utah, bro. They just because Cam Rise is there.
And so this is my thing. We just gave you 9 teams, so you can literally take what Ship just said, go on FanDuel, pick those 9 teams, or God forbid, hey, you want to do your own, but pick those 9, get those future bets in now, man. I'm telling you, if you want to, it's gonna make you happy in December because it's the thing. Me and Ship learned our lesson last year at the bowl week. Eyes don't play.
They don't play.
The bowl games. Then you got guys that we didn't know who the quarterback was from USC.
Yeah, bro. I remember it was one game where the quarterback was transferring and he wound up playing in the game because the first 2 quarterbacks got hurt. So the transfer guy had to go play.
Right. I mean, the quarterback that played in the bowl game for Miami was pretty much in the portal. But we didn't have any other quarterback on the roster. Everybody else had already entered the portal. Other people were hurt. And so I'm very wary of bowl games this year. So I'm trying to get my work done early.
So college football playoff, we got Ohio State. We've got Oregon. We've got Texas. We got Notre Dame. We got Penn State. We got Ole Miss. We've got the ACC winner, which will be either Miami or Clemson.
And you get both of those teams in, depending on that. Whoever loses, if they win 10 games, they're probably in.
Well, hell, even if you want to take them out and just do Ohio State, Georgia, Oregon, Texas, Notre Dame, Penn State, Ole Miss, pencil them in. They're going. And if Penn State and Ole Miss don't go, if there's a prop bet for them, their head coaches getting fired, take over.
And
take over.
Liberty getting a chance to get in there.
Memphis
and Liberty. Those are my 2 teams that I think can possibly get into that if they're undefeated. If they're 12-0, there's a chance Liberty can get in there. Their quarterback came back. He didn't transfer. The wide receiver transferred. I don't know where he went, but he left Liberty.
So got a college football playoff. So like I said, we got about 15 minutes. So we're not going to go super, super deep into the first lines. We'll do that on our next show. But we'll talk about the lines. Want to talk about the lines for week 0 and 1, Josh? Or
we'll do week 0. Let's do week 0.
Okay, so obviously we have week 0. Week 0, we have Florida State versus Georgia Tech. Montana State versus New Mexico. We have SMU versus Nevada. Delaware State versus Hawaii. Those are the start of the college football season. I believe there might be some other D1AA schools or D2. Not going to go into that. We're just going to do the major teams. Start with Florida State, Georgia Tech. The line opened up at 13.5. The total opened up actually at 52.5. Is at 56.5. Don't know how I feel about that. The Florida State Georgia Tech line, we've been going back and forth. I think for the beginning of the summer, we were never on Florida State covering the line. We were on Florida State winning.
That's from jump. That's all we knew. The only thing we were comfortable with was saying that we think Florida State is going to win this game.
Yeah. So I agree with Luke with the offense. It's just that I think Florida State is going to lean more on their defense because I'm not going out there expecting DJ to win me a game. I'm sorry.
condense that game, bro. Because if Georgia Tech get to scoring, like we seen them do a couple times last year, they're not gonna be able to compete. They got to condense this game with the run game.
So this is an interesting step. I looked it up. I looked it up. So I gotta pull it up. Georgia
Luke
Tech.
giving out picks get in the chat. Luke giving out picks. I can.
So,
I'm putting 100 on that too.
To Georgia Tech 2023 schedule, football. So I just want to do a simple comparison for the chat to get you in comparison. So who did they? Okay, so in comparison, they played Clemson last year at Clemson, and they lost by 21. So would you say that the Clemson team this year is better or worse than Florida State?
Clemson last, I think they were better.
So you're saying the Clemson team last year is better than the Florida State team this year?
Yes.
So with that being said, Clemson only beat them by, if you do a teaser, Clemson only beat them by 21 at their house. This wasn't a neutral field. They only beat them by 21. Miami only beat them by 3. Ole Miss beat them by 25.
No, sir.
Louisville started the week. Louisville was ranked all the way like top 10. Louisville week 1 only beat them by 5 points. So, and Georgia only beat them by, I know it's 8 points. So, is Florida State better than those teams that I named right now?
It's tough to say because we don't know. With DJU, I don't know what they're gonna, but it's gonna be run century, and so that's what's really throwing me off.
Is Florida State the 10th? Is Florida State the 10th best team in the country?
No.
All right, then. So that's your answer right there. I think that number is fluffed up. I don't think they're the 10th best ranked team. I think that's based off of last year. That's not going to catch me by surprise. I'm not going to be sitting there watching on my couch like, damn, why I do that dumb shit? Like I knew these niggas was not the best. I knew that, like, that number 10, like Luke said, no, they're not the 10th best team in the country. So I think that spread is
dropping the polls.
Yes. So I'm willing to take Georgia Tech, especially with a teaser. If I'm going to add 7 points and get Georgia Tech at 3 touchdowns, 17 points.
It's a no-brainer.
No-brainer. Now, do I think Florida State will lose? I don't think so. I think they'll win. They can't go the whole year bitching and complaining that it should have been the playoffs, that Georgia beat them.
Smoked by Georgia Tech.
You know what I'm saying? So I would lean Georgia Tech with 11.5 with the points. Anything definitely over 10.5, I'm leaning Georgia Tech with the points. I think Haynes King and that offense, they got a lot of production returning. I think that game stays close. I think Florida State wins by at most 10 points. I would not be surprised if the score is 20 to 21 to fucking 10. Something crazy or
nasty shit.
I think it's either going to be like 21-10 or 41 to 45, something like that. I think it's going to be within what I think it will be on. I think it will be in between 1 and 13 points. I did put that bet in on FanDuel. I don't think Florida State will beat them by 14 points. I do not think so.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. SMU, Nevada is absolutely fucking terrible. So like
when it started, this was 23.5.
It's 23.5. It's 27. That's like, I don't think, chat, if y'all don't understand betting, that is a crazy jump. That's 4 points.
That's almost a whole nother touchdown.
That's, from a spread to start at 23 points and to jump up to 27.5, what the hell is going on? So, and I'm right there. I don't know if I'll take it at 27 and a half. I don't think
I'm like,
SMU's
man,
that.
I'd probably draw my line at around 24, 25.
Yeah, that's 3 TDs and a fucking field goal. Like, I'm looking at it like this. It's 4 quarters. I know for a fact offense. So Nevada skates away with 14 points. I think SMU will score 10 points every single quarter. So that's 40 right there. I
40.
think SMU will score.
I
I
think their
think
defense is better than people don't know either.
I think they'll score 20 points, 10 points a half, or 13 points a half. So what's 40 minus 26? So
First,
that right around there, something like, because you know how good you bet.
they're scoring. They get. I'm giving them SU going to score 10 points. If they're going to score 10 points a quarter, then I'm giving them. Man, they're not
No,
scoring points.
so hold on, chat. Hold on, chat. I got sucked into this shit last year with fucking with Nevada. They played Caleb Williams and USC. I think the spread was something crazy, like 35. USC did not cover that shit because Nevada kept goddamn scoring on them.
Well,
So
defense was.
they were terrible. Hold on. It wasn't Nevada? No, yeah. They played. Oh, sorry, chat. I apologize. No, they did not. They lost 66-14. Oh my goodness. So yes, like I said, 10 points a quarter. Yeah, the spread on that game was like 50 something, and they only won. It won 66-14, but they didn't cover the spread. But Nevada is absolutely terrible. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So we were leading the points on that, and then Montana State and New Mexico. I seen Josh had one of them. I don't know shit about these teams. I think Montana State should win. I know big. Which one? I think one of these motherfuckers beat Auburn. I can't. New Mexico State or New Mexico. One of them beat Auburn.
I forgot which one it was.
So they you won't catch me slipping. Then I think I get the schools messed up. So, yeah, so we got Georgia Tech with the points. We'll do a deeper dive next week. I don't know shit about Montana State. You can lead this one. You can tell me. I don't know. You tell me.
I'll have more next week.
Okay, so we'll skip that one.
Bring data next week.
SMU, Nevada, we like those. We'll give our locks out next week. Delaware State, Hawaii. There's not a world.
What game did you say you lost money on? Was it that? It was what game did you? What game you
USC, USC and Nevada, because the spread was like 56 and a half. I'll tell you what, you won't get me. There's no way I would take a Hawaii minus 38 and a half over anybody. Like, come on, bro. Very well. If the odds makers have that line that high, they probably will cover that, but it won't be on my ticket. Not fucking Hawaii.
The my two teams that are going to be covering abnormal spreads this year is going to be Ohio State, Texas.
No, listen. I see that Texas spread. That shit's like 50 and a half. I'm like, listen, I ain't gonna hold you. I probably won't take it.
3. Arch gets 3. What's that?
He said Delaware State is the worst HBCU. Oh yeah, that shit. They got to travel over there to Hawaii. They might lose by 38. Oh God! And the game starts at midnight Eastern. Oh yeah, they're losing.
Oh yeah. I'm taking that. Good shit, Luke.
Yeah, they're losing.
I'll take that right there.
Oh yeah, I just see it says 11:59 Eastern time that game starts. Hey! First of all, you are a fucking degenerate. If you're up at 11:59, why? Hey, ain't nothing. Can you imagine making a parlay? The last leg is Hawaii, and they fucking don't cover, and you stayed up to 3 in the morning.
No. Going to bed and then being up by what you need.
Bro,
and you wake up and they gave up a field goal.
Bro,
lose my mind.
I would lose. Bro, it should be a cardinal sin that should have a game on at 11:59.
Hey, you know we gonna have that shit in parlays.
Like, come on, bro. So if you're betting on Hawaii, more than likely you're probably down for the day, and you're and you're trying to goddamn get back right with
Oh,
Hawaii, bro. Just take the L,
before
move on
Sunday,
to next week, bro.
before
Like,
Sunday morning.
so matter of fact, we're gonna end it. I'm gonna clip that. Hold on. Let me clip that. Where we at? We're at minute 105, an hour and 5 minutes. We got about 5 minutes left. I'm gonna clip this right here. I'm gonna tell everybody. I'm gonna tell everybody in chat. If you're having a bad day with sports betting, bro, just make a notebook of all the mistakes that you have made over the years and look at it before you make a dumbass bet. Just move on to next week. Take your L.
And move on.
We are going to lose on this show. Like, anybody that says that they are 80% and more on picking,
90%. Come on.
they are fucking lying. So the goal is to stay. The goal is to stay like 67 to 70% because that's profitable.
Bruh.
But if you had a bad day, so I've made a notebook. In my notes, it says don't take half points. Unless it's like a plus, I'm not taking half points.
I'm not taking
Whole numbers. I'm sick and tired of losing because the spread was 3.5 and they went by 3. Like I won't do it. And if you don't feel confident, about the bet, don't take it. And if you're down, if you did let me tell you something. If you did an all 12 o'clock bet and they all lost, 9 times out of 10, all those 330 bets that you try to put in are going to lose as well. Because every week is always going to be some funny shit going. Somebody's not going to do their job. It's our job and your job to find that team that's not going to do their fucking job this week. And you got to mix and match. Okay? Trust me, I'm talking off of experience. I've done it. I'd be looking like, okay, all my 12 o'clock bets ain't hit. Don't even worry about it. I'm going to get it back at 3:30. There's exceptions, but this year, chat, we're going to pick the games appropriately. We're going to do we're not going to have 39 tickets. We're going to have like 4 tickets max.
Yep.
$180, $200. And we're going to ride out with that. NFL, don't even get me started on it. They don't respect coin. College, we're going to win some money. Going in the NFL, we're not going to blow it all. We'll make 1 or 2 tickets. See ya.
I'm not betting on the NFL this year.
They don't respect coin.
I'm a college football better on.
So again, chat, we're going to do our best to win money. We're going to do our best to give you as much information.
I promise everybody that watched the show that I give every episode at the end.
It looks stupid.
I give out a home run pick.
Oh, I have nothing. Hey, listen, y'all. I have nothing to do with that.
Hey, I'm only giving out singles, bro.
Listen.
You get one player. If you make it, I'll take Merrill from San Diego, and I like Matt Olson tonight for a home run for the Braves.
You guys heard it. You heard it here.
We'll talk about that on our next show.
We'll talk about it.
Merrill and Olson, I'll double back on that.
Hey, mark my words, chat. Hold on. Let me clip this minute. What's this? Minute
10.
Minute 110. Mark my words, chat. We are going to hit a lotto parlay this year.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It might be week 1.
Especially now that it's legal in North Carolina, where we can we don't have to do the whole ticket of teaser. We can let's just say we got Georgia at 21.5. We could take that half point off and then teaser the other teams. I pretty much got my finger on. If I don't know about it or don't have information, I'm not betting on it. I'm just not going to do it.
But we are going to hit we're going to hit.
No, I'm telling you right now. I'm hitting for a 5-rack ticket, and FanDuel better send me my money immediately, ASAP. So stick with us. We're probably the only people out here that is doing college football teaser bets and giving out parlays. We will this year. I don't know what week it's going to be. Well, we are going to hit a lotto ticket.
Especially when the data start coming. When we're able to
Yes.
like get the data, bro, that's the key. See, this is the thing. Y'all don't know. Me and Shit be on the phone. Because
Yeah,
we're
hold
betting.
on.
We're betting. It'd be a lot of these. I think people be posting bets and then cashing out and not really having that bet in. Bro, we are betting too. Like
We are betting
I'm
too.
deep in week 1.
So if
I
you're pissed off,
September
we are
1st.
pissed off as well. But quick
Yeah.
story, Oregon just fucking pissed us both off last year. God damn it. We had Oregon plus luckily the specialty, the 10 points saved us, but we had Oregon everywhere. And they went out there and they got their fucking face beat in by Washington. So listen, we take L's and we get pissed off about them. We'll have some down weeks. So it's just some shit that you just can't fucking I mean, you can't fucking expect. Like
So
anybody that says that shit, and and we watch a lot of other sports podcasts, shows to see what they're talking about. We're on Twitter seeing other people talking. We're not copying their bets. We may take some information like, hey, look, I was listening to this guy's show, and he said Georgia Tech has 87% of their starters coming back. I think we need to take a look at that. Like that's called information. Information is all what sports betting is about. So not guaranteed a lot of, but we're gonna do our bet. We're gonna hit one. We're gonna hit one. We're gonna hit one. Don't let it be week 1, because Lord have mercy. Oh my God. I'm gonna keep 500 in there, and I'm gonna take the rest out, and then we're gonna go and we're gonna I know for me, a goal for me is to do some straight bets. I put that in my notes. Do some straight bets. Do some straight bets. Do some straight bets.
I gotta be better with the straight bets, bro.
Do some straight bets. Do your teaser bets. Stop making 10 tickets.
But I really think the round robins is gonna save us, because when you're able, say you do a 10-leg parlay, and when you're able to say, okay, I went, because nothing pisses me off. I do a 10
lose about one leg.
7 or 1 leg or 2, even 3 legs, going 7 out of 10. Bro, you're able to bet the sevens, and it may be an extra $20, but you were about to bet 10, now you bet 30. Well, you were betting 10 to win 1,000. With that 30, you might win 800.
Yep.
So you just got you got to be smart about your betting, because, and we're gonna give it to you. And I'm gonna tell you, hey, I'm round robin, and I'm doing the round robin on this. Hey, we're using the teaser on this. Hey, this is a money line, and we will let you know. We'll have the graphics. We'll be better with that this year. You see, we got the logo. Yep. we're gonna be a lot better with getting the content out. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram.
Yep. So
I do a better job of having my Twitter name on here. I'm much active on Twitter, so if you ask me something on Twitter, I'm more than likely to respond within an hour.
Yep. So
before we wrap up this first episode of 2024.
2024 first episode. We're gonna do, like I said, we'll probably do 2 shows a week. 3 if it's. I know October 12th we're doing 3 shows. That's the gut week.
We have a lot of shows. I will be reporting live from Gainesville week 1.
Oh my God.
I can't.
Listen, y'all, that week, if Josh loses that goddamn game, y'all better. I'm going to buy a Florida goddamn hat. He gonna have something to talk about on this fucking show. Goddamn it! Hey, I'm gonna be pissed because I'm only taking Miami off the strength of this goddamn guy. If they go out there and lose, he better pick up that goddamn phone.
Hey, this is how we gonna do it. If Miami lose 8:31, I'll record. We'll record Sunday or Saturday night or while I'm down there. Now, if we win, I'll see y'all on Monday because we lit, and I'm not.
Yes, sir. Like I said, we told you all week, sports betting, teaser betting. This is our first live show of the year. Many more to come. We're gonna get this money. Follow us on Twitter. We told you all week. Twitter, Primetime Ship. Twitter, Cornelius. The O is repressed with a 0. Tag us in any information that you see. Anything that's relatively important, tag us, follow us. We're gonna win some money.
He was with us the whole episode.
Oh my God.
Man, Luke,
Luke. I fuck with Luke. We might have Luke on the show next week.
Fan.
Yeah, Luke's words. I like Luke's energy. But all right, y'all, we're gonna wrap it up and we're gonna holler at y'all.
All right, man.
All right.